Hello everyone. Today we are going to define a few academic terms surrounding theoretical principles of any discipline, specifically theory, model, hypothesis, and construct. After we define these terms, I will show a graphic organizer on the screen. Feel free to pause this presentation and copy down the information that you need for future reference. If you have any questions, please post them on the real-time board site. So, what is a theory? A theory is a set of statements about natural phenomena which explain why these phenomena occur in the way they do. In other words, a theory is an argument for why something observable happens with strong evidence to support it. In order for a theory to be accepted, it must satisfy three levels of adequacy: observational adequacy, descriptive adequacy, explanatory adequacy. In other words, a good theory states what is observed, describes the phenomenon, and explains why the phenomenon happens. For instance, Chomsky's universal grammar, UG, is a linguistic theory. It draws observable language data, describes them in a systematic way, which we learned in linguistics and language arts, attempts to explain how language acquisition happens with a key concept, LAD, an innate language acquisition device, and makes predictions of language, such as the possible word orders of the world's languages. So what is a model? The SIOP model, the Sheltered Instruction Observation Protocol, presents a method to teach content to English language learners in 8 components and 30 features without going into their theoretical underpinnings. To understand the model thoroughly, a class on second language acquisition theories is necessary. So, what is a hypothesis? A hypothesis is typically an idea about a single phenomenon. It does not unify different phenomena. In other words, a hypothesis focuses on one observable event and explains why it happens. It may not be connected to other events. In other sense, a theory, in principle, can consist of several hypotheses. One important yet controversial hypothesis in SLA is the critical period hypothesis. It starts out trying to explain why younger learners seem to be more successful than older learners in learning a second language, but its validity hinges upon the critical period, which is a construct. Then, what is a construct? A construct is a key component, feature, or mechanism that a theory or hypothesis relies on. In other words, a construct is an essential concept or term of a theory or hypothesis, which should always be defined in the theory or hypothesis itself. Therefore, what exactly is the critical period is essential to the critical period hypothesis. When you complete the readings for Journal 2, you will know more about it to assess the critical period hypothesis yourself. Here is a summary of what we just talked about. 1. Constructs are an integral part of a theory or hypothesis. 2. Theory, model, and hypothesis can be discrete concepts, but a theory can encompass constructs and hypotheses with the possibility of having a model created based on the theory itself. So in Chomsky's universal grammar, LAD, the language acquisition device, is the key construct. This construct is substantiated by a poverty of stimulus hypothesis, which states that the input a baby is exposed to is not adequate for the baby to acquire the native language, and therefore some innate mechanism must exist to make language acquisition happen. Alright, please continue to the next activity. You'll read a file named SLA Terms to Know. This file familiarizes you with the key terms in SLA. While you're reading, please identify the theories, models, hypotheses, and constructs mentioned.
created using Powtoon.